Woo! Hello there. It is I, the Swagger Steve Blue. How do you do? Now, we're going to watch this while people file in. Okay? Oh, you're going to like it. Don't worry. And I was saying hello to Countess Chloe the Trollinator. If you are a troll, please get psychological help. You know, it gets old. It gets really, really, really old. It gets older than my pair of boots that I had back in college. So anyway, no, I didn't throw them away. I never throw those away. Yes, I don't. Unless I entirely wear them out, I don't throw them. I have a pair of, one of these days I'll have to show you my Wookiee boots, my purple Wookiee boots. They're so comfortable in this weather. So this is for Chloe. These boots are made for ass kicking, troll ass kicking, right, Chloe? And that's just what they'll do. And one of these days, these boots are gonna kick that ass off of you. Anyway, I'm on late. I had some issues. Sorry I'm so late, but hey, I know y'all are night owls anyway. There are a lot of you anyway. So anyway, oh yeah, she's butt kicking. She was in butt kicking right out of the chute. So so today it's a great day for America Day. Scotty, I missed you. Next time I'm going to have to hit you. I'm going to spank you, boy. You've been gone too long. I'm going to spank you. It's a great day for America. Yeah, it is. And I'm so really, I mean, really, I was so relieved. I actually literally cried tears of relief. Oh, by the way, let's see if I can get the camera on Mr. Wonderful there. He's taking a bath. Oops, he's taking a bath. Don't look, Ethel. He's taking a bath. We'll, we'll wait until after he's done taking a bath. We don't want to get any strikes, no. Anyway, they actually gave me a strike for one of my crystal videos. Healing crystals and minerals. Or did they take it down? I can't remember. And I think they just took it down. I'm like, and then they did a fact check on it. I'm like, what? It's madness. No nudies of the cowboy. He doesn't allow nudies. He everything has to be with the fur on. Yeah, he won't let me shave the cat. That sounded wrong. Anyway, uh, strike on. Yeah, what the F? Hey, Elderberry. Yeah, I snuck up on it. I saw the inauguration, and I sat in on one of my favorite channels, and they kept getting thrown off. They got thrown off twice, it looked like, or something. And finally, they got back on, and we. It was after he got sworn in, though. But I saw him get sworn in, and I swear I was literally crying. There were tears running down my eyes because I was so relieved. This is it. And they're gone. They have to go. They have to leave. This is, I told you, clown world is. Mm-hmm. And this is the beginning of that. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's dying. We have waited for this day. It has been a long, like more like 5, 6 years, because really towards the end of the last time around, it was getting weird. It was getting so weird. Yep. North Carolina's getting help. Of course, it will now. Now that, uh, yeah, Daddy's home. I told you, it's like freaking teenagers who had a great big old party, but now the parents are home. The grown-ups are home. Yeah. Now they got to clean up all that shit. And hmm, yeah. They already shut down the Texas border. I know. We're going to wake up tomorrow. It's going to be a whole different place already. It's going to be a whole different place. It's already a different world. We jumped timelines. Today we did successfully. That was it, man. That was it. Oh, hi, Desiree. Oh, 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 Desiree. How you doing, hon? Yeah, the house needs cleaned and repaired, honestly. Oh my gosh. Clean, repaired, and they need to kick out the last of the bums, right? That came over and trashed the place. I know. I was sitting there going, yeah, Biden, that's what was really happening, because I got a feeling nobody told him what was really going on. In fact, the Speaker of the House talked about his interaction with the president. And first of all, they wouldn't let him see him. I mean, he is, third down in line to be the president if anything happened to those two. And he couldn't get in to see Biden. And he was talking about how he said, well, sir, there's something really important. Why did you block this important thing that was supplying oil and stuff to our allies? And Biden is like, uh, I didn't do that. He said, yes, you did, sir. He says, oh, no, 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 we're only going to look into that. He says, no, dude, you blocked it. Biden's like, what? So, and that was really scary. He said that was really scary because then he knew Biden had no idea what was going on. They were just giving him shit to sign and telling him what it was, and he wasn't paying attention. He just signed it. And that is why when I looked at him, when he first started running, I looked at him and I saw a puppet, a marionette, and then I saw a sock puppet with a claw up its butt. And I said, you know what? He is just a freaking puppet. He is not in charge of any damn thing. And he wasn't. the whole time. What do you want to bet the whole time? They were doing this. They were doing, oh, this is for that, sir. Oh, okay. Uh, he can't be bothered to read it. That would take effort. And it would take time away from him sunbathing on the beach and sniffing little girls and stuff like that. Important things, important things of state. I mean, these things like bills and laws and all of that, yeah, and all of that statecraft stuff. It gets in the way of a good presidency, right? Doesn't it? I mean, gets in the way of a good time for sure. And he's paid all that money now. He can do all kinds of things, have all kinds of fun. So, what I want to know is all that time he spent on the beach and he was still as white as a fish belly. I'm just saying, why didn't he fry to a crisp? Why didn't he look like a piece of forgotten bacon in the pan? Is there sunblock that strong? I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty white. I had to find comfrey cream in order to get relief from that problem. And of course, something about my family as we get a little older, we get a little bit more Indian, a little bit more Native American characteristics. When we're young, we're really light and burn easy. And then as we get older, we get more and more accustomed to the sun. Oh, oh, my third eye's itchy. No. And then we don't burn as easy. But yeah, it's not even Biden. It's not really even. And what do we know? But they kept showing the same footage over and over. It looked the same, didn't it? Every time they showed him going to the beach, didn't it look exactly like the last time we saw him go to the beach? Hmm. Yeah. No, I don't think it's been the real Biden for a long, long, long time. Oh my God, Desiree, that so sucks. Oh, oh, poor Woo. Are you okay otherwise, honey? Is there anything we can do for you to help? Mm, that makes me sad. Derek is such a good guy. What? I cannot, I cannot make you a mod? What the hell is going on here? Hmm. That's going to make you a mod, Desiree. Okay, well, you know what? Send me on my phone. You got my phone number. Send me on my phone the link to your new one. I'll start commenting on your videos on your new one. We'll get you back up to snuff somehow. That's awful. Hmm. You can't go in the sun anymore, Hook. Well, there she is, the yarn pirate. One of his clones died in Vegas. Ooh, tell about this story. Tell us about this story, Hook. Yeah, we need to hear about that. Leaving Las Vegas. Yeah, the hard way he died. Huh? Very awkward. Yeah, see, he had more than one, I know. Mm. Who turns a little more leathery? Me? Hey, you're allergic. Break out. Don't stop to ask. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I knew they had taken out Rob Khalil. Uh, just jerks. Why? Why? Why can we not have the truth? It's going to change. Oh, great. Kim Snow. Yeah, styrofoam Kim Snow in Texas. Oh, that's lovely. Lots of drones in Cali. Did somebody hack Woo's channel then? Hack it? Did they actually hack? You know what? Holy F. What was the post? I've mentioned Joe a lot of times, but then again, I'm a comedian. I kind of get a pass on some things. This is terrible. This stuff has got to go. I know there's more important things right now than there's more important things right now than dealing with that crap. Hey, oh damn, I'm mirrored again. I'm reversed again. Sometimes I'm straight on and sometimes I'm reversed. This is crazy. You know what else? Um, TikTok went down and people were like, oh no, it's gone dark. And then it came back up. But when it came back up, it was different. It was acting a lot more like Facebook. No, not Facebook or YouTube. Anyway, people were saying it just wasn't the same. And so something happened. And they're wondering if Zuckerfucker um, might have bought it or something else is going on. But that's terrible. Oh my goodness. Hey, Mary. You feeling any better, sweetheart? Aww. Okay, Desiree, tell him that our thoughts are with him and we're going to intend that he gets his channel back. And send me the link to the new channel and we'll all subscribe. Yeah, I heard that, Hook, but they said, well, yeah, Trump said that there's going to be like something like a 3 month time for them to, uh, they're going to have to sell it though to somebody in the United States in order to have it. Yeah, I know. I know. Biden actually banned it and then Donald reinstated it, but you unhand him from on what? Yeah, yeah. He made a deal with TikTok to keep it on a little longer, but the conditions is it cannot be any longer owned by the Chinese, by the CCP. So they've got to sell it if they wanted to keep going. So he saved it, but with provisions, you know. So, but he's letting it stay on for a little bit longer while they're taking care of all that so people don't lose all their revenue and everything. You know, he is a businessman, so he understands all that. Mhm. Snowly but snurly. Okay. Nina banned you? Nina banned you? Why did Nina ban you? What the heck? Why? Well, I'm not banned from John's channel. I don't know if he'll let me back on the stage again. We'll see. But I did apologize for getting a little bit. But you know, I was pretty shroomed up. and and I know no fear. You know, everything's funny. But yeah. Oh geez. Oh, you disagree with her too much. Oh, she must. Oh, okay. I gotcha. She even. Okay. Oh, jeez. You know, I think I was very reasonable when I got on my case. I did get kind of angry, though. I do not like being told what's going to happen to me, especially when it's really doomy gloomy. It's like, and this is what's going to happen to all of us. It's like, I'm sorry, but it's not what's going to happen to all of us. Don't tell me that. I mean, I explained in my last video why I don't let people do that. There was somebody that was putting a spell on me that way. If I would have agreed to that, that would have been like a contract. People, I would love to, like I said, I'm going to teach you more. There are things people don't understand about these creatures too, because you know they go by contract, and the contract's so subtle you don't even know you're making a contract, and they'll do it when you're stoned. See, I knew it. I figured it out because several times I let them think I was. I let them think I was smoking with them, but I really wasn't. I just didn't feel like it because I had been having some trouble with indica. It made me start get very paranoid, so I just would politely, you know, take a little puff and pass it on and not really get stoned. But she thought I was good and stoned, and then she started with some really weird stuff, and she wanted me to agree with her. Stuff that was going to happen to me. And I'm like, that ain't going to happen to me. She got so mad she punched me. Yeah, you ruined everything. Yeah, you better ruin everything. For those of you who weren't there, yeah. Mhm. I cannot agree with you. If I agree with you, that's like a contract. So I'll politely disagree with you, but I will disagree with you. And I will not let you tell me, and I will not agree. Please, you guys, remember this and be very careful who you get stoned with. There may be some of these people pop up in groups, and that's what they're there for. That's the only reason they're there, is to do that kind of shit. So please be careful when you're out smoking with people. Yeah. You know what? Okay. If you disagree with me, I'll try and find out why. What's the deal? I've had some people that have been my subs, and I've had a little trouble with some of them sometimes. Well, what's the problem, hun? I don't ban them. I don't, I've had some rather cranky ones before. I try and find out what the heck is going on. But here's the thing. Yes, Hook, we love you the way you are. I don't know what it is here. It's cold though. It's so cold that Cowboy is happy. He's thrilled. He's like, his little Manx fur coat is, he's happy, keeping him warm, and me too. He's my little furry hot water bottle, right? My little furry heating pad. Oh, you're turning your little belly up for mommy. You're turning your belly up for mom. You're such a handsome boy. Here's a big thing. I'm going to make a video about it. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. He's been losing weight ever since I gave him the pate that I made for him, and not so much of his canned food. And he's getting svelte. I didn't know. Maybe he was kind of bloated from his food. It's only got a little bit of his old food in it, his canned food, or, you know, it's only got a little bit of that in it so that he smells it, so it smells good to him, but it's mostly pure meat. He's actually losing weight really, really well in the belly, and he seems to be very healthy otherwise and happy, but his belly's getting flat. I'll have to show you what a big difference. Yes, it's kind of hard to see right now, but I'll try and get an angle where you can see it. It's kind of hard to see, but I can definitely feel it. Oh, let's see if you can. I don't know if you can see. He's, can you see him? I don't know. There. He's getting a belly rub while I'm doing the show. That's his typical thing. He loves to be up here when I'm doing a show because he knows I'll reach over and rub his little belly. But it's kind of hard to tell. It shows when you go to pet him. It's kind of hard to see because he's just so all white. His sweet little belly. But yeah, so his belly's getting flatter, and so gee, he must have been bloated from the other food, and he's losing weight in a good way, not in an unhealthy way at all. So Hawaii's in the 70s. Oh, that's nice. Vegas gets cold, I expect. Deserts can get pretty cold. Huh? The woo's all over me. Her wants me to take her to bed. Wait a minute. What? Oh, you're woo girl. Kitty woo. Is it a cat? I keep forgetting. Or it's pup. It's a little puppers. Hey, little woo girl. Oh, you're getting tired already. Poor Hook. You know, can't we just have a nice discussion? Let's just have a nice discussion. Okay. If y'all want, you want me to send the link? Anybody want to click in? I don't mind sending the link. I wouldn't mind. I hope Wingies, if anybody can get in touch with Wingies. I've been crocheting a lot. Let me put the link in. Copy. I don't know why they make you go through so damn many steps to do this, but I'm gonna kind of complain about it. Wow, it's getting too warm in here, actually. I'm kind of surprised. It's getting really warm in here. I don't know. Yeah, that global warming they were worried about. Well, I guess we shouldn't worry anymore, should we? uh, anyway, scritches to woo, girl. Um, so anyway, I told you we're on the way out of clown world. I told you that a little while ago and we felt the shift. We all felt it. We're on our way out of clown world, you guys. This is just the beginning. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I heard you got fake snow. God. You know, Paul and I sent out some prayers and energy and intentions to Ollie's. And I know we're not the only ones. There's groups all over the place that are doing this. We got the really cold, but we managed to get it not as cold as they said it was going to be. I forget. Let me take a quick look. I'll be. I can look on my phone here. Let me see what they're saying it is now. Two. It's 2 degrees. Originally, what I was seeing is it was projected to go down as low as 20 below. I'm like, that's freaking Arctic. But we did some work, and now it's only predicted to go down as low as -1. So that's quite a much better situation than 20 below. So that's good. It's still pretty freaking cold, but and it's going to be cold. Now, tomorrow, there's going to be flurries, and they're saying it could go down as low as -14 tomorrow. So, tomorrow might be a little colder than today, but I'm warm. And what I was concerned about is they were saying look out for blackouts because people are going to be using, of course, more electric than they would normally use. And so we could have rolling blackouts in some areas because we got that really huge power plant on fire. And it doesn't supply us, but even at that, yeah, that's when things happen. It's when there's a lot of usage. So there will be a lot of usage, of course. Um, so snow way. A cold day in hell? Yeah, all you need is a cold front coming through after everybody's gotten torched. Oh, it's still fake snowing. Oh my God. They're planning on torching you guys next. Oh my God. Okay, get ready, Chloe. No aliens yet? Yeah, no aliens yet? Anyway. Doggone! Well, doggone! No freaking aliens yet? What good is this false alien incursion without the aliens? I'm disappointed. I want my money back. Nipply. All you have to do is say nipple, and Scotty's just like, what? What? Mm-hmm. Nippy. Yeah, I don't know that many nuns who wear like a breast bra, but could happen, I guess. You know, that's right. You can poke your eye out. You got to be careful with those things. It's all fun and games till somebody loses an eye. Well, especially some of them brass braziers guys. Some of them brass braziers got spikes and stuff. So, ugh. Mm, you know. Mm. So, anyway, it's a partay, and I admit that I was partaking earlier. And I'm kind of late because I was partaking earlier. I was so happy. First, I was very emotional, and then I said, you know what? Because I'm intermittent fasting, and when it was time to eat, I said, yeah, and I got gummies too. And then time went by, and I decided I needed to take a shower before I came on. So I'm still a little shroomy, pretty shroomy. And um, I go to take my shower, and of course, I have burns all down my front, all scabbed over and stuff. Blisters are all scabbed over and stuff. I don't want to be too explicit because it's gross, but um, It looks awful. It doesn't really hurt that much though, unless I bump it. But so I'm like, da 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 da, and I'm taking a shower and I'm trying to be careful and everything. But then I forget and I take out my towel and I start to dry myself and I just rip all the scabs, or accidentally rip all the scabs off, and I'm bleeding like crazy. And I'm like, what the did I just do to myself? And so now I got to take care of that. Why do I treat myself like this? But it was an accident, of course. If I was a masochist, that would have been a great moment, right? But ouchie, ouchie. So yeah, blisters. I scalded myself. I guess you weren't here when I was mentioning that. I accidentally scalded myself trying to move a pot from the stove. Um, I was making tea. I was making ginger tea, and accidentally, there was the thing splashed, and when it splashed, it hit me all down my belly. And so I got burns from here all the way down to my navel and some little drip marks from where it dripped from there. So, yeah, I've been taking care of that for a while. Mm. Hmm. Wow, Mary wins. That made you happy? Okay, okay. Uh, well, I've been putting comfrey cream, which is the strongest thing I know, even beyond aloe. Scarring, yeah. So I just accidentally with my towel, I didn't even, it wasn't even that hard, but I guess the water had softened them up and they just rip. And I'm like, oh, now I'm bleeding. At first I'm thinking, oh, but it's not going to bleed. Yeah, it is. It's bleeding. It's bleeding all over the place. So I had to handle that. And I had, of course, disinfect and do all that shit. And I used silver to disinfect it, which works great. If you have colloidal silver in a high percentage, and you put it in a little spray bottle, it'll work for a lot of things. That's just my personal experience, not medical advice. Works for me though. I'm not telling you to do it, except that it works. But it's been working. I haven't got no infect. It's been healing. It's been healing just fine. It hasn't really hurt very much. If it starts hurting, I spray it down with the silver. It stops hurting. Or I put some comfrey cream around it. Can't put it right on it, but I put it around it, and it's really soothing the whole area around and making it heal faster. And because comfrey accelerates healing, that's just my opinion. I'll be so glad when all that shit goes away. I'll be glad when we can just tell the truth. Thank you, Hook. Oh, she is? Oh, okay. Scotty wants to see. I made a video, but I didn't post it. I thought it was maybe too gross. If you want me to post it, I'll post it. Yeah, because that was just like really, really happy for me getting this scab torn off. I'm like, what's she been smoking? I'm sorry to hear that, Hook. Okay. Let's see, can I do this without getting in trouble? I'll show you a little of it. Goes all the way up to my shoulder in spots, but it's healing now. It's actually healing quite well. It was much larger than that and much scarier looking. So it's actually doing really well. So it's not too bad. Mm. Well, probably because of all the shit in the air. Look, I mean, you get a kind of a cold-like symptom and then you relapse because your lungs can't get clear. Healing to everybody. I've been doing what I can to send healing out to people. I've been doing what I can to send to mitigate weather. I've been working on a lot of things. I've been half asleep a lot of the time because I do a lot of my work when I'm kind of in a trance and it's kind of half asleep. And so I know how that probably would look to somebody from the outside, like I'm just sleeping the day away. I'm busy, but it works. Um, what, the scab? Oh, it was much worse. I'll put the video up. Don't throw up. When it was really bad, I didn't even take a picture of it. I thought it was just too gross. Probably should have. Probably should have took it when it because it had this big old blister on it. Big old, bubble, yellow bubble. I'm like, oh my God, that's disgusting. Oh, thank you. Nah, it's okay, Scotty. I can live without it. I'm really not that type. I can imagine. I got a great imagination. Just don't want to use it on that though. Ah, somewhere over the rainbow. Yes, I do. Or you're talking to Hook. Yeah, I have a air filter on. I have a fan with an air filter. So I really recommend that. I really recommend an air purifier. If you don't have one, get one. Oh, cool. You don't have my number, Scotty. You wouldn't let me call you, so there you go. Yeah, yeah, too bad. So, well, if you want to take off, it's okay, Scotty. But yeah, I'm feeling much better, and I think we've got a bright future ahead of us. I am not dooming and glooming at all. It's not the way I feel. I mean, people say, "Oh, this is going to happen," and you're just an idiot if you think that things are going to really be better, or they'll be better for a little while and then they're going to crash. You know what? Yeah, they're probably going to try and crash the economy during Trump and blame it on Trump. That's what they're going to try and do because we know we're not dealing with just the so-called deep state. We're dealing with, or not, I mean, not just in America, it's a worldwide thing. So, yeah, they're probably going to try and do some shit. And like they did last time, it's just not going to work though. And they're going to get found out. Now, you know what's really going to hoit some people and shock some people is when they find out. Now, all these people are getting pardoned, and they're thinking, ha ha ha, I get out of jail free ticket, right? Biden's my get out of jail free ticket. Well, but that means that they can't plead the fifth anymore. Oops. And then if they lie in court, I mean, if they get subpoenaed, they have to tell. They have to give it all up. Yeah. Because if they lie in court, that's a new charge. They're not pardoned. So they're going to have to sing like canaries if they get subpoenaed. They're going to have to actually answer questions. And they will not be able to plead the fifth. So it'll be interesting to watch and see how that plays out. Let's hope. Let's hope. Yeah. Yeah, they're obviously guilty. Nobody gets a pardon for not being guilty. And and if he's pardoning them, that means they're freaking guilty. Well, thanks, Biden, because now you've told us exactly who to ask. Now, Biden has let us know exactly who to subpoena. Right? Am I right? Yeah. Oh, wow. That was nice of him to let us know exactly who needs a subpoena. Oh, he's such an idiot. Oh, God. Yep. Canceled him. Right. You don't pardon people. Don't even have charges on them. What? What? Okay, so either they're pardoned, but they got no, pleading the fifth anymore, or there weren't any charges on them, so they cannot be pardoned. Either way, they're effed. Because now we know exactly who we're needing to look at, right? And if and Homan is like, it's like Homan is smart. You can tell like people like Homan are smart. Um, and Elon is smart. Uh, well, there are a lot of smart people. Tulsi is smart. Um, Ramaswamy is smart. They're all smart. They're not stupid like he had idiots around him before that were probably paid off. But now he's got really smart people around him, and they're going to see through all of this crap. Okay, they're going to see it, and they're going to be like, "Oh, oh, really? Oh, really? Is that so? You're so innocent. You're so innocent that you needed a pardon. Is that it?" Oh my God, that's funny. Ah, hi, Jamie's Cowboys. How you doing, honey? Yeah, we're just having fun. Okay, now some people are afraid to get political. I just said to hell with it because if I'm going to be authentic, I'm going to be kind of political. I mean, politics. Can we please laugh again? Can we please make jokes again? I mean, this administration has been the old administration, not this one, new one. They're probably going to be funny too, but in a different way. But the old one, oh, the jokes wrote themselves. It was, when we could get into trouble. But oh, it was it was like, I know every comedian out there was like, I want to make this joke, but is it going to get me canceled? You know? Mm. So, but I'm a comedian. And gosh, one of the funniest things has been politics. So I'm more than, look, the Heyoka. The Heyoka was a kind of a shaman that provided humor. Hmm. And did the contrary to what people should do so that they can show you what not to do. But humor was a part of these ceremonies, and Native Americans knew the humor was important. Okay. And really, I'm reviving that. Humor is important. Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, who is that really? Who is that really in Diddy's place? Oh, good. Jamie's Cowboys. Well, good. You down with that? I'm glad. I'm glad, brother. Hmm. Any more gardens we need to look at? Pardons. Yeah. Who else? Somebody should, before he expires or something, somebody should ask old Joe, who else do you think needs pardon, darling? Hmm? And then just write it down. Oh, that's very interesting. Oh, you're right. You're right. No, I'm just taking it down so that we can have a nice list of people who need pardons. Pooch. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Are you sure that's all? Oh, come on, you can tell me. We'll work it out. Oh, get the popcorn. Get the popcorn. And get ready to throw it. Yeah, don't throw it in your house, though. You'll have to clean it up yourself. But if you sit outside, the birds will clean it up. So, yeah, I know. This last administration was just, if it wasn't so sad and so sick, it would be freaking hilarious. I mean, there was a lot of things that I came on the verge of saying, but I just thought, oh, that may be a little too far, you know. But it's so easy. Like I said, it writes itself. The humor writes itself. They, all you have to do is just react, and like a normal person, or whatever normal is, just a normal reaction to some of the crazy crap. And you know, I mean, but I mean, it's almost like somebody put the liar liar spell on them. Like in Liar Liar, where he had to say the truth. And I mean, because that guy that said, "We're doing much better than when we started the fire," if it wasn't so sick, that would be hilarious. But it's really sick. It's still hilarious, but it's really sick. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We don't have to put up with cringy Pierre anymore. Cringy Pierre is going to be gone. Wow. That's just one more benefit. Oh, yay. Cowboy's looking at me like, are you rubbing my belly or what, Mom? Okay. Oh my gosh, you're right. We don't have to see her anymore. We don't have to pretend that what she's wearing is the height of fashion. Yeah, the aliens. Well, the aliens would at least have been maybe kind of fun. You were disappointed. Well, maybe, that's in the future. They might still try to. Yeah, yeah, I know, Mary. That's what I wondered sometimes. Well, oh, and it's funny. Trump has got him down though. When Trump makes fun of him and copies him, shows people, does a little. When Trump does Biden, he's really good at it. And that somebody was showing Trump's rendition side by side with the real thing. Pretty damn close. Pretty close. And I know there are going to be people who hate Trump who are going to hate my channel. And you know what? There's something else that happens when you jump a timeline. We're in a different timeline now, dudes. And Pluto is doing different things. Pluto is now in my relationships. And I know that my relationship status with a lot of people is going to change. My whole relationship scene is going to change. It's already started. But when you jump timelines, sometimes people you thought were friends aren't, and people you thought weren't are. And so I hate to say, but somebody that I've been friends with a long time, somebody who used to come here, and I thought we were good friends. We used to talk almost every day. But she had a lot of anger. I shouldn't have said she didn't want to. But they had a lot of anger issues with their family. And so I was very kind. There were a lot of rants, and I would be able to, but it was the kind of person, you've had that kind of friend where um, they got something going on, and I could cook breakfast and eat most of my breakfast and just go, uh huh, uh huh, oh, that's awful, uh huh, and pretty much cook and finish my breakfast. As long as she didn't know, because then she was insulted. But yeah, you know. And then finally, and then I'd start to talk about something. I just mentioned something. She'd want to know more. And then as I'm talking about more, she'd be like, get to the point, get to the point. I'm like, I'm trying to tell you in order so that you don't have a bunch of questions at the end. Well, what are you trying to say here? What are you trying to say? I'm trying to tell you the fucking story in the order it happened so that you don't ask me a bunch of questions later. It could just much better be answered by just hearing the story out. A follows B follows C follow, A or rather, first A, then B, then C, then D. That's what happened. So, you want D, and then you're going to ask me about A, B, and C. Why don't you just listen to me? Yeah, and she always would ask me about it. Well, why didn't you say that? Why didn't you? Well, because you wouldn't let me, you know. Um, so she's in a snit right now, I think, and she's answering. She hasn't blocked me or anything, but and I'm sorry. I thought I had helped her work through her anger. I'm so sorry. She still has that in her, and she still has that kind of. I mean, when she started that again for a while, that was gone. And I thought, she's better. She's so much better. But then it came back, and it's like, what happened here? It was like, and I finally said, you know, I need to tell the story my way. If you're not, I listen to you. If you don't let me tell it my way, I'm just not going to tell it. I don't need to tell it to you. I can tell it to somebody else if it's taking up too much of your time. But look, I'm not, I'm going to tell my story my way, or I'm just not telling. Well, she's mad now. I can tell she's mad. So I'm like, sorry, but I got to stand up for myself sometime. And I'm not going to get into a pissing match about who takes up the most time, because there's no way that you're ever going to convince her, you know, of anything. So it's like, fine. I really, so I went through my birthday and Christmas and everything, not talking to her, and it's just too bad. And I finally, I'm like, hey, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just working on my own projects now. Oh, okay. She's mad. So, well, I'm not going to say any names, not going to draw any references to who, because you probably don't even remember her that well. I don't know. Maybe some of you do. But, um, yeah, she can stay mad then. I know there are going to be people that are going to be. It was like she flipped, though. It was weird. And then I realized, oh, wait, we changed timelines. Because I was trying to figure out what happened. What happened to her? I mean, I thought we had most of that out of her. She wasn't as angry. She was getting along with her family because she had been like blacklisting her own family for a long time, and for valid reasons. But I mean, she had had lots of family, and I'd seen her through all that. I don't know. It's all I can think of is the timeline switch and Pluto going into my relationships. But so you know, I'm pretty like, I guess I just gotta figure that's gonna happen. And if stuff is leaving your life at a time like this, maybe it has to. Maybe there's some reason it has to leave. And we gotta kind of accept that. Mhm. Your mom, yeah. Okay, Scotty. Uh, oh, because you told her to drink water. Your best friend got mad because you told her to drink water. No. Yeah, me too. Driving again after the deportations. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I'm still in the mood to make friends, but yeah, I don't have them be too close, but well, I know. So, you know. Oh, and then another one of my friends, sweet person most of the time, but I cannot believe he still got TDS after everything. He still has TDS. There are still people alive that have a functional brain cell or two that got TDS. Boy, they did a wonderful number on that, didn't they? And you know, my friend Paul, who had TDS and now he's over it, I had TDS too, long time ago. I recovered way faster than most of my friends, though, because I don't watch TV, so I got over it pretty quick. But, I got over it way back the first time he got elected. I hated him at first, and then I realized, what if they're lying? What if that ain't quite right? What if, uh, what if he ain't that, what they're saying? What if, there's a reason a lot of people like him, wonder why. And so I started listening, and so it was like, oh, he ain't that bad. Matter of fact, I kind of, he's not that bad. Oh, but he's better than this guy, and I'm like, okay, so it was Hillary, though. It was Hillary. Because I'm there like, he's got to be better than Hillary, right? So, and besides, my astrologer friend said, it's not Hillary's time. She's not going to win. It's Trump's time to win. And I looked at it. I said, I think you're right. Hey, Angel Wingy Dingies. Angel Wingies. Bump, bump, bump. Angel Wingies. Yeah, so Angel Wings finally made it in. Yeah, so, yeah, and my neighbor, she's got TDS. My neighbor from the old hood who lives here, she's got TDS real bad. So, all I can really do is just say, hey, get well. Get well, guys. What am I supposed to say? What? Family doesn't want you to visit because you're not vaxxed. Okay. Yeah, that's going to come out too. I have been putting shows out about this. We've got some facts from some doctors, real, actual, legitimate doctors. Yeah, I'll be so glad when that crazy shit and I don't have to when that's gone and I don't have to walk on eggshells anymore on my show. Hell no, Hook. Fuck no. Last peach gummies. So, I'm just sitting here, I'm going, we're gonna be losing some people. We're gonna be gaining some people. Maybe some people will come back around eventually after they get better. I don't know. I think maybe after some shit comes out and it's like undeniable, they'll be like, how did you know that? Or they'll be like, did you know? And I'll be like, I told you that. Yeah, I knew. And they're going to be like, how did you know that? I'll be like, I stayed awake. I didn't believe TV. I didn't watch TV. Yeah, Paul had TDS for a longer time, but gradually it began to fade because I kept mentioning things that happened. Now, fortunately, he's the kind of person that is old school and we don't hate each other. Old school is you talk about things, you don't agree, you say, okay, we don't agree, and you part friends, and you're still friends. It's this new shit that they hate you because you don't agree with them. Having to agree with people, being a psychopath, yes man, and a butt kiss. That ain't my color, honey. That ain't my that ain't my number. That ain't my song. Okay, that ain't my style. None of that. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, peachy rings. Oh, how is peachy? I got a bad attitude. We don't need no stinking badgers, right? Um, you know what? What? Wow. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. There are only two sexes. And he said sexes, not genders. And that is correct because you know what my mom told me? When they first started that gender crap was way back. And she said, oh no, dear, it's not male and female, it's man and woman. Male and female is for animals. That's how you talk about animals. Gender. And I'm like, no, that's what they're using for men and women now. They're male and female. Well, all the way back then, they were already changing the way we talked, right? That's what they were doing gradually. Gradually, they were gradually sneaking up on it, basically calling us animals without us knowing it, without people really realizing that they were being sexed like animals. Yeah, that was a classification for animals, male and female. Mm-mm. Man and woman is humans. It tells you right there what they thought of us and what they were up to. That was in my childhood. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, you got X chromosomes, you got Y chromosomes. You got two X, you're a woman. You're going to grow up to be a woman. You're a girl, you're going to grow up to be a woman. You got an X and a Y, you're a boy, you're going to grow up to be a man. Mr. Rogers sang a song about it. Did you see that? That was cute. They got to play that more. Man, they got to bring back some shows like that, right? But Mr. Rogers sang that song. Only girls become mommies and only boys become daddies. Mhm. Right. And he was telling the kids the truth. So, you know, it was important to tell kids that they could get confused. Yeah, they could get confused. That's what these bastards were hoping, weren't they? That the kids would get confused and believe their shit. Yeah, and occasionally somebody gets born with both. Uh, there was one true hermaphrodite actually lived in Kent for a while. But once they go into puberty, it kind of makes problems for them and they have to decide what they want to be. So, but yeah, usually it happens in the womb. Sorry, you're assigned in the womb. Guess what? Um, yeah, Dolores Cannon, regressed people. You pick out your gender, you pick out your sex, you pick it out. Do you want to be male, female? What do you want to be? What challenge do you want? Pick your challenge, pick your avatar. Just like in a game. Oh, yeah. Now you may have a limited choice of avatar in a game. How many people out there played games? Any of y'all played games online? Any of y'all played online games? I was sick for a while. I couldn't go out, didn't have a car, made almost no money. All I could really do, but very little I could really do. So I played some online games for free. I learned about a lot of things on those online games. I learned so much. Maybe that's the only reason I can play the Timu games and not lose my mind. I realized as I'm playing it, they're very distractive. They're very deceptive, these games, but that's the way the online games were, mostly very deceptive and all aimed at getting you, a lot of them, not all of them, but mostly aimed at getting money off of you somehow and maybe in a very tricky way, right? So, all of a sudden you spent money. So, I'm used to that. So I just ignore all the distractions and go for what I want to do. And the game can go F itself until I'm ready to do what I want to do. You know, but I realize, yeah, and it takes a long time to finish one of those games. Um, and win the stuff. But so far I've won so much free stuff, I'm not going to stop. And besides, I got it down to a routine now. It's like I'm cooking my eggs and I'm pushing buttons and, or I'm listening to something else and I'm pushing buttons. And then I get my free stuff. I don't know. Some people would say that was not good, but, you know, get over it. I'm happy with it. Why not keep both? You mean sexes? If you're hermaphrodite? Well, it has, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the problems exactly are, but it has some kind of, oh, you play Farm Bill, okay, then you can kind of understand. Um, When you go through all of your changes in puberty, there are hormones. And in their case, I guess there would be hormones fighting each other. I mean, when that secondary stuff would come in, secondary sexual characteristics would come in, the female hormones and the male hormones would be fighting each other. And what I heard is it fucks them up. It gives them problems. So you either have to remove one set or other of the gonads to take care of that so that they're not pumping out the hormones anymore. And, you know, that would suck, really. Yeah, most people would find that difficult, but it kind of screws up both functions. I would imagine that. I mean, consider what you go through at puberty anyway, with both sets of things going on and fighting each other. That probably would be extremely uncomfortable. Your white belly is too cute. Oh, there goes the little toes curled up again. Somebody, was it Mary, that said you love the little toe curls? When he gets his belly rubbed, how his little toes curl up, his little back feet toes curl up. He's so cute. Yeah, his little toes are curled. And he's just lying back like, oh yeah, I got the life, man. I got a woman rubbing my belly, feeding me, taking care of me. Life is good. It's a good day to be a kitty. Yeah. You just fell in a pot of jam, didn't you? You fell in a pot of catnip. You fell in a pot of perpetay, didn't you? In perpetuity. Yeah, mommy, that grinds up fresh turkey for you to make special kitty patay. Uh-huh. He's a happy boy. So, pardon me, though, his fur. That's so funny because I was over at the Geo's channel and one of their little kitties comes up and he was talking about, and I was talking to her and I thought I was joking, but sometimes I wonder if they know what we're saying because I was saying, yeah, and at about an hour into the show, you're going to come up, get up on the desk, and then you're first, I'm going to pet you. You're going to be so cute. I'm going to have to pet you. You're first going to get up my nose. We're going to have to take a break. And, and then it happened. He says, I swear she was listening to me because it was about an hour into this. But yeah, his fur gets up my nose, but hey, I love him. Who's Loop? Somebody tell me who Loop is. Oh, your toes curl too? Oh, yeah. Hmm. Oh. Okay, I'm going to put this again. Again. Oh, wait a minute. No, Hang on. Oh no. Oh, come on. Come on, folks. Come on, app. Let's get it together here. Come together right now over me. I don't know what I'm going to do Wednesday. Maybe we'll do karaoke. But tonight I just wanted to bask in the afterglow, darling. Bask in the afterglow of the momentous occasion. And I'm not going to pretend that I'm not happy. You know, somebody gets on my case for being political. I don't give a rat's ass. I'm being authentic, man. I think it's more important to be authentic than ass kissing. I ain't gonna kiss no ass if you don't like what I have to say. You don't have to sub, you know? I'm very nice to people. I'll let you have your opinion. Let me have my opinion. You don't like my opinion, you can disagree with it, or you can keep on scrolling. It's up to you. You know, I gotta be me. I gotta be me. I gotta be me. Easier to understand you talking. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, if you don't want to do politics, I understand because some people get mad. They think we're supposed to be spiritual and stay out of politics. But somebody with a much bigger channel than me who's doing the spiritual stuff and the alien stuff and the, weird stuff, the conspiracy realism stuff, she had to get political too. Why? Because it's so freaking paranormal. Our politics is very paranormal. If I'm being honest, and I'm talking about situations, I'm going to have to bring politics into it sooner or later. Because if I'm talking about reptilians and how they're doing things to the planet, I'm going to have to bring up the sock puppet because that's what he was. He was a sock puppet. And get over it. People are going to have to get over that. Now people are really going to have to get over it. They're going to have to get over it. You know, the truth is the truth. Sorry about your luck, pal. You can't handle it. You can't handle, they can't handle the truth. Oh, well, that's too bad. I'm sorry. You gotta, you gotta accept it at some point. And it's not my, oh, yeah, they froze your chat. So I'm gonna look back and see what you were saying. Hang on. Brad found out she had a penis too. Ah, daytime drama covered it, huh? Oh my goodness. Dude looks like a lady. Talk yarny to me and move. Yeah, I like Dark Shadows because it was so weird. My mom watched some soaps. I just watched Dark Shadows because it was just a weird one. You know, it was the sci-fi type one. It was the hey Lewis, okay, we got to paddle Lewis. Bend over, Lewis. We got to paddle you. Lewis, you're tardy. Got to stand in a corner. I'm kidding. Yeah, that was funny. We were having a lot of fun, weren't we? I know. Lewis came up with the best one. Make Aya great again. Ayahuasca. Make ayahuasca great again. That's RFK, right? Okay, okay. Trump is make America great again. RFK is make ayahuasca great again. Because RFK believes in hallucinogens. Oh, I talk about it because it's paranormal and I talk about paranormal things. But I'm not talking about it in order to be political. I'm talking about it in order to be just honest. Just talk about things. Um, it's got no business in the fading. Okay, I'm not sure how that works. It does kind of. I mean, I saw the Harris timeline. It was pretty scary. Okay, we may have a disagreement there because I see it as having a very, very big, as how smooth this is all going to go down for us humans here, for us people on the planet here. Because stuff is still going to go down, but how much is it going to hurt when it goes down? That's the difference. I mean, how much are we going to scream on the way? Well, you could see in the last administration how we were screaming. It was pretty painful. And yeah, we would we would be on the ascension path still, and we would still, you know, have some disclosure, but it would be a big freaking shock and pretty freaking painful. And actually, yeah, when EA was talking about that, um, well, the messages she was getting is it's not going to make any difference to the ascension, of course, but with Trump, it's going to go a lot smoother for us, because he's not going to fight it as like they were. They don't want us to know because I mean, um, the powers of war don't want us to know because it'll take their power away. Mhm. No, of course, politics are not our creator. But it's like saying, I'm not going to talk about dragons because they don't have any place in most people's lives. Well, they exist. No, they don't for most people. For most people, they don't even exist. They're just myths. Why should I talk about dragons? Politics is here in front of your nose. It's there. So I can't agree. I don't know how we would equate that with being our creator. I don't understand. Yeah. 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 We're not even really in the same Earth version of Earth. It's not a negative energy. Okay, wait a minute here. It's not a negative energy. I'm quite positive. I'm being very positive. I'm trying to sit here and say it's going to be a lot less painful. This disclosure is going to be a lot less painful now. I'm happy. I actually had tears coming down my face. I was so relieved. I am so sick of Clown World. I want it out. I want it out. I want them gone. And they're gone. We did it. We did it. We all intended that Clown World die. Oh, that's probably going to tweak the algorithms. And it is. And that's, I think, very positive. Make angel wings great. Well, I guess y'all can just unsubscribe because I'm probably going to talk about politics because there they are. And they're damn funny. So it's probably going to get pretty funny. Actually, I can kind of see Trump is funny. He is. He's going to be, oh, if y'all unsubscribe, I guess I'll just go do something else. Come on, you were enjoying it. Don't give me that shit. You were enjoying yourself, weren't you? Seeing Kamala's face twist, watching Joe Biden have to listen to the to all of that shit that he did and not probably be really even aware that it was happening to. It's like, come on, that's not paranormal. That's paranormal. He's a fucking cryptid him in himself. That's just it. I see it that way. I don't see it like, I don't know. I guess I don't see politics the same way. I don't see politics the same way at all as most people. Yeah, the village people, that was really funny too. It's like I read about the unlikely way that the village people song YMCA and Macho Man somehow became entangled with MAGA. Oh, that is funny. That's hilarious. Come on. That's another joke that wrote itself, right? But the guy insists that, the guy that wrote the song YMCA has a wife, and he insists it was not about, you know, meeting gay liaisons or whatever. But people took it that way. But yeah, it's just Trevor was just picking out a song he liked, and it's about being manly, and he likes to be manly. It's good. There's going to be a lot of funny times with him because he's funny. Okay, I'm sorry. I think it's worth it. He's funny. There are going to be people that won't like me for it, and fuck him. It's okay, wingies. Distraction from what? Well, if I'm like serious all the time, then I'll be like everybody else. But see, it's my thing to be funny. I mean, that's part of my thing, and that's funny. Geez, politics is funny. It's so fucking hilarious if it wasn't so sad. Like I said, you know what humor is for, folks? Like I said, the Heyoka was about bringing humor into spirituality because you can be too fucking serious. And it's not good to be too fucking serious. And there is humor in the way things work. And sometimes it's dark humor. And, you know, I look at it and it's like humor exists to take some of the pain away. Humor is the funniest when it's true. That's that's part of the program. I mean, when you're going through, or rather part of the equation, you're writing a joke. The truer it is, the funnier it is. Well, we got true things happening. They really are happening that are funny as hell. Funnier than, well, way funnier than hell. Hell ain't that funny, is it really? I guess I shouldn't say that. Funny as anything. Way funny. I mean, but also it helps people get over the pain. And that's what humor is for. You're laughing to relieve the pain, to relieve the anxiety sometimes, to relieve the ridiculous feeling that we get, the irony feeling, like that's freaking ironic, you know. And it's kind of and then you go, then you hear a joke and it's like, ah, ha, ha, and it breaks the tension. That's what it's there for. Anyway, that's my job. But it doesn't have to be your job. Yeah, dancing around. I used to dance a lot. So, slightly different missions. I don't know, sweetie. I don't know, Mary. It's not nothing I'm doing. Queen rocked. Yeah. The only downside I see to this administration, here's another joke. I think it's funny. All the country music I'm going to have to listen to because I'm not really a country music fan. I know. Country music is going to go through the roof now. Okay. That's funny. Come on. Yeah, another one bites dust. Yeah, Queen was great. I miss Queen. Uh, but fortunately, I'm a medium. So Freddie visits sometimes. And so do Prince and David and a few other people. Lane Staley showed up. You know who's been showing up? Pete Steele from Typo Negative. What? Oh my gosh. Remember Typo Negative? She's in love with herself. She likes the dark. He had a great sense of humor too. It's like in interviews and stuff, he had a great sense of humor, Pete Steele. Yeah. And I mean, the way they played the goth is so serious. That wasn't that wasn't him though. Um his personality, he was really funny. Black, 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 black number one. Oh, really? That's amazing, Lewis. No, me either, Mary. Yeah, and I'm trying to make friends with it just because we're going to have to eventually deal with it. Oh, really? From Judas Priest? Yeah, see, people go, how did you meet all these famous? Well, some of them were online. Some of them are online and you can meet them. Yeah. You can meet him online. I met Kevin Sorbo, the one who played Hercules. He's kind of a jerk, though. Yeah, I actually found him online. I was subbed to his site for a little while at one of his chat rooms. Then I just decided, no, it's not for me. You know, he's I don't know what that. He is certainly nothing like his hero self. He's nothing like that. Yeah. Um, my grandmother was a cook at a chicken house, at a five-star chicken house. She met tons of famous people. It's really just depends. When I was in New York, I met people. I met Chris Angel. I even participated in one of his shows that he was filming, or taping, or recording, or whatever you want to call it. Recording to record things these days. I was there when he did that one where he cut the chick in half and half ran away, like wiggled away. I saw how that was done. I saw how I was there when he brought his mother in a suitcase. I know how that was done. I'm not going to say. I talked to that cat. Yeah, I was there. Hmm. Yeah, well, the thing is he was really, um, oh, your grandma had lunch with Vincent Price. Isn't that cool? That's cool. Alice Cooper, yeah, boy, he really turned his life around too. Um, there's a lot of stories about Alice Cooper. But yeah, my grandmother would not leave that job for anything. There were people who wanted to buy her out of that job, wanted to buy her for to cook for them, and she wouldn't leave because she was having too much fun there. So, mhm. So it was. I met Steven Tyler at a Ren Fair or something. No, it was Starwood, a pagan fest. I met Steve Tyler at a pagan fest. I was on his set, but whichever one has the Gypsy Vardo in it, whichever video that is, I was on that set. I talked to him, I swear, for 35, 45 minutes on the walk over to his place because it was way out in the field where they had the set because they had to keep it away from people. Ooh, yeah, Tom McDonald, he's pretty cool. I like his songs. Ooh, Steven Tyler. Yeah, he did mine too, Hook. He does that shit. Yeah, Steven Tyler's like that. That's exactly what he did me too. So, Alice in Chains. Well, Lena's course is on the other side, and I met him on the other side. He was in what Paul calls a spirit hospital. He was very troubled when he died, and it's nice to know that people are taken care of when they leave in that condition. there are places that take care of people who leave under very harsh circumstances. So, yeah, in karaoke, that is one of the songs I used to sing with a friend of mine, and we did very good. It turns out I could do Lane Staley pretty well somehow. Well, I can do Janis Joplin, so I can do some male parts pretty good. You know, they're going to be a little different, but they're going to be pretty good. Yeah, Alice in Chains is a good band, really good band. Aerosmith is a really good band. I met Mick Jagger online. He's a friend of David's. Um, I'm pretty sure, although he didn't tell me he was, I'm almost sure that I met Iggy Pop, who was also one of David's friends. I probably met several other of his friends. I saw his wife once. I saw one of his relatives, Zulika. I chatted her a little bit. Who else? All kinds of people. There was one where I'm pretty sure Josh Wheaton, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you can run into people. Well, oh, you lived in Alaska. Cool. I didn't know you lived in Alaska. That's pretty cool. Nudist priest? Is that the X-rated version of Judas Priest, Scotty? You met nudist priest, did you? Okay, there you go. See there, gotcha. Nudist. Go, Scotty. I just, I'm seeing the visuals you guys are bringing up, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh dear. Nudist priest, huh? Mhm. Yep. Well, Scotty, we don't mind if you used to pole dance for money. Everybody falls on hard times. Oh, just tonight about Steven Tyler. What about it, Mary Wins? For a small fee. Count on Scotty. Scotty, I missed you. I really count on you for certain things. You make me laugh, okay? And I need to laugh too. I think we all need to laugh and quit taking things so seriously. Oh God, that's the blessing of mushrooms, people. They help you not take life so seriously. They'll make you laugh at things. It's funny how with mushrooms, everything, you just kind of giggle at it. The dread is gone. And you're not, and you're left with, what you're left with is just the, the irony of life, that just how ironic life is. Isn't that funny? Ha 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 ha. You know, without the, oh, isn't that sad part. you know, that's one of the reasons I like mushrooms. I've been depressed all my life. I mean, I've looked at my life. I was depressed as a child. I was depressed for most of my life. It means I'd have been depressed. It's only been the last few years that I've been getting out of that. So really, I've been depressed for like 60 years. And shrooms are helping me get out of that gradually. So, um, and yeah, just in the last, I'd say just in the last year when they legalized shrooms finally, that's helping me a lot. I mean, when I get too serious and I don't have anything on my plate that I have to really be serious about, I will take some shrooms and I'm fine. I am not worried anymore about things. And that's unlike me because usually I'm worried about everything and I can't hardly help it. Yeah, I'd have to say mushrooms are pretty cool. And the myceliums are, I met the mycelium spirit. The mycelium are so cool. I love them. I love you guys. You're so cool. They're very loving, very, very loving energy from mycelium. So, it's like so nice to have them on board with us, to have them to know they're going to help us. They're friends. They're allies. Oh yeah, something was going on with Steven Tyler. That's why they stopped touring. Yeah, the functional mushrooms. Pole dance for peach rings. Do we get to play ring toss, Scotty? Like if I get a package of peach rings? Anyway, ooh, disaster movies. That's cheerful. Cool. Cool. We're going to play peach ring toss. Scotty while he pole dances. Now the picture is just really wild, right? You see, I have such a visual, my mind makes such funny visuals when people say things. I mean, I remember one time somebody was bragging, well, our chickens have bigger breasts. And I'm like, I'm seeing, this sort of Dolly Parton chicken walking with a blonde wig, you know. And I started laughing, and I know they're thinking, oh, that's so, fire. She's fire, fire. But it's so immature. I'm sorry, you're not seeing what I'm seeing in my head. If you saw it too, you'd have a hard time laughing as well. Oh gosh. Ooh. Oh well. Uh, yeah, the Sanctuary series sounds good. I haven't got to see that yet. Angel Wingies. Oh yeah, yeah. That's one hot chicken, right? Yeah, well. His voice was so unique, and I can imagine it would be hard to sing like that all the time. Yeah, he announced it earlier this year he wasn't going to be He wasn't going to be doing that no more. That's sad. Really the end of an era again. But we have to realize these things, there's some things that are going to go. Yeah, sadly, some things are going to go. Yeah, yeah, okay, gotcha. Me too, kind of. You know, I will never be able to see an Aerosmith concert now. Oh well, I can still scream. Thank goodness. You have to be careful with that kind. It's called double tone singing, too. There's a double tone, and that's what Steven Tyler was so good at. He was really good at the double tone. But the double tone is very dangerous for your vocal cords. I know because I did Janis Joplin for so damn long. You know, after a while, if she had lived, Janis Joplin wouldn't have been able to sustain Janis Joplin, singing Janis Joplin for very long, because that is really very hard on the vocal cords if you're not very careful. And I mean, I met somebody who does that kind of research, and they saw me perform, and they're like, "Are you getting any pain in your throat at all when you do that?" And it's like, "No, I've learned how to do it without making myself have pain in my throat." She goes, "Good, because you can actually ruin your vocal cords that way." And I said, "Yeah, I realize that." But I figured out, she goes, "Good, because that there is a way to do it, but you have to be careful because there are people who have really permanently changed their voice, lost their voice. So it's really hard to sing that way. It takes a certain ability, and not everybody has that for that long of a time. I mean, years and years of that. If you do it wrong, you can fuck yourself up. So you don't. Hey, yeah, you can. Now, here's the interesting thing. When I need you to come. I can't. Out of practice, and I'm going to be coughing. I'm going to have to get more in practice, and then I'll come in. Tell you what, maybe Wednesday, if I don't have anything else on the agenda, at some point I'll come in and sing. I'll kind of get myself warmed up during the day when my neighbors are can't say shit, and maybe I'll even come in during the day at some point, and they can't say shit. But yeah, it there's. I mean, and I can do throat singing. But that's another thing you have to warm up to. And you know what? That's just been recently. And I really think there's something in the air that is making it hard because my throat feels a lot different. And it wasn't just because of you, big boy. It was just the air has been different. Stuff in the air. I think they got so much crap in the air. But now it's different. I have to clear my throat out somehow in order to be able to sing properly. They're just fucking up everything. And I've got an air cleaner. That's got to go too. That's probably going to go. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, yeah. I remember Night Ranger. Phil Collins. Yeah, Phil Collins. Sister Christian. Night Ranger, their big hit. Don't tell me you love me. Don't tell me you love me. Right? I don't wanna know. Yeah, there's stuff in the air that's fucking with my voice. That I have to cough a little bit and get it out, and then I can finally sing. I gotta get all those fucking nanobots out of my throat, then I can sing. Right? And I have to put a little pinch of boron in my water. You didn't hear that. I didn't say that. That's not suggestion. I'm not telling you that boron kills the nanobots. That wasn't me. It said that boron kills the nanobots. Well, it doesn't really kill them, burns the legs off so they can't stick. But it wasn't me that said that. I'm not telling you to go do that if you're having trouble with the nanobots. I'm not even serious about any of it. Oh my gosh! This has got to be part of the effects, leftover effects from the shrooms. Because I'm looking at my phone, and honestly, the white print is on the side here is popping out, and the blue is sinking in. That's what it looks like. It looks like my screen is turning 3D. Oh, this is really cool. Ah, I need a new drug, one with no doubt, one that don't make me something or other, make my hair fall out. I need a new drug. Mm-hmm. And that don't cost too much or coming uphill. Something. I need a new drug, one that does what it says. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's in the uh, caps. The name of the company that puts them out is Caps or Gummies. And I microdose usually, but I had a few more than normal. More usually I have like half of one or something, but I had a whole one. And the stuff he sells are strong usually. So I had about the twice what I'm used to. So, because I was so happy, I was celebrating. I was celebrating and I wanted to feel happy with no dread behind me, and that's exactly what I felt like. Ooh, kiss and buzz. Love is the drug that I'm thinking of. Ooh, can't you see? Love is the drug for me. Oh, well, that's normal for me, Lewis, anyway. I'm used to being out of my body. You know what, really, I got to be careful with? I mean, I do pretty good with mushrooms, actually. Even just like dealing with people. The only problem is I have a tendency to say what I think more often when I'm on it with shrooms because I'm not worried about what they're going to think. I don't give a fuck what they think. Actually, I try to. I try to make myself filter, but it's harder to filter with shrooms because they're just like, what do you got to lose? Come on, be yourself. So, am I dead already? I know, I've been wondering that since 2012, haven't you? Haven't you ever wondered if we're really not just dead and don't know it yet and haven't the game hasn't spit us out yet, or maybe we got uploaded and that's why we're in a game, you know. We got uploaded to something and they're taking us somewhere else. That's why we know we're in a matrix, because it seemed like after that people started to realize that we're in a matrix. Hey, wait a minute, am I on to something? I don't, I hope not. But in which case we're all dead and we'll be reconstituted wherever we're going, which may be 5D New Earth or whatever. Oh well. No, because I'm leaving my body. I don't know. Yeah, isn't that weird? I don't know. I'm one of the people who help people go on, though, who get stuck here. Is it that they're getting stuck in purgatory and I'm helping them out? I don't know. Well, I got to think about it, dudes. I got to ask some questions. I think we might still be alive, although we've all got some serious questions about what alive constitutes, really. Because actually, we live forever. I mean, we don't really die. Dying is just an illusion. It's just your avatar. Your avatar dies. You don't die. You gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go right now. Good for you, Lewis. When is Chinese New Year anyway? Because that's probably closer to the real New Year. Where are we? Where do we go from here? After it's all said and done. Do, 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 I can see. It doesn't really matter to me. Do, 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 do. Life is so strange. Remember that? Where do we go from here? Scotty was too busy trying to look through the fish bowls to remember the lyrics. I know. Come on, Scotty. Admit it. You were trying to look through her fish bowls. Yeah, see, I got you all figured out. I got you all figured out, boy. All figured out. Yeah, what I am is what I am. What you are what. Well, that's kind of the way I am on the program here. What I am is what I am. What you are what. but the bit about don't get too deep. I'm deep. I can't help it. Emotion. I gotta be deep. I got no choice. It's just my personality. And maybe that's why I became good at humor. You know, so humor is such a big part of my life, is because I really got to pull myself up out of being so damn deep. Sometimes I can be just way fucking deep, and a lot of people just can't handle that. So then, if I tell a joke, it's like we bob up to the surface a little bit and laugh. Yeah, love a good set of fishbowl. Boy, you know what, Scotty? You would have been worshiping me when I was. Ah, jeez. I had this one outfit. Nah, I'm not going to go into it. I'm not going to make you cry. You didn't know me then. Edie Brickle, yeah. The only thing is what that song makes me think of is Boopsie. Come on, I just want to be a Boopsie. I don't want to think. Yeah, I don't want to get deep. What is she afraid of? She's really afraid. Nah, I don't want to get too deep. I don't want to think. I don't want to think. Don't make me think. You know what? She probably voted blue though, because she's shallow. Yeah, shove me in the shallow water. Yeah, I'm sorry. She's probably blue because she can't. She can't. Yeah. Okay, now that's a joke. Okay, don't go to Edie Brickle if you ever meet her and say, "Oh, she said." It's a joke. Just a joke. I get very deep. Oh gosh, I go so deeply into things I scare myself sometimes. Shove me in the shallow water is the way I sing it. But you know, the words and the karaoke song say choke me in the shallow water. And I'm like, I ain't singing that. It's like, choke me in the shallow water. Hell no. I don't want you to do that. Cancel that. Ugh. Um, it's kind of like when Jim Morrison changed the words because originally the song was Hit Me, Baby, Hit Me. He changed it to Touch Me because he said, if he said Hit Me, there were some of his fans that probably would. You would be asking for it, you know? I mean, considering that most of them were drunk, stoned, or whatever at the time, you know, if he kept saying, hit me, baby, hit me, you know, he was afraid that somebody really would come up and hit him. So instead he said, touch me. So, um, I think it made a pretty good song though. Yeah, it's not shove me in the shallow water. It's choke me in the shallow water. It's supposed to be the way the karaoke song goes. Says it goes. Shot me in the shallow water or shove me. Yeah, that's the way I always heard it too. Um, or hug me in the shallow water. Me- no, no, no. It's like shove me in the shallow water is okay, but you can't choke me. I'm sorry. I get upset with that. If you start choking me in the shallow water, I'm gonna get upset. You know what? I think probably it's going to help a lot of people if RFK gets the ban on things like mushrooms lifted. Because for people, you don't really understand chronic depression unless you've either had it or know somebody who has it. And I know all of my friends would always go, well, can't you just cheer up? That's the way people always treat you. Well, can't you just cheer up? I mean, geez, honey, if you could just cheer up like a normal person or like at least a person who doesn't have chronic depression, if you could just do that, it wouldn't be a fucking disease. The reason it's a disease is because you can't just do that. You know, I try to explain that to people. just weren't getting it. It's like, yeah, I wish I could. Like I said, maybe that's why I make all these jokes. I try. It's my way of getting myself back out of that again. But yeah, I've been chronically depressed for most of 60 years. 60, actually, more than that. Like I said, it's only been in the last few years that I've actually been able to change that to where I'm not as bad. I mean, I used to be horribly depressed. And part of it, I felt trapped in my life. People who are chronically depressed feel that they've been sentenced to life in life. All we want to do is go back home. That is our dream. I just want to go back home. That's why when I hear people say it, see people say that in chat or something, it's like when they say that a lot, it's like, that is depression, sweetheart. Yeah, we get homesick. A lot of us get homesick. When you chronically want to go home, you're chronically depressed. You just want out of here. That's depression, sweetie. Um, so it's rough. It's not an easy disease to understand or to take care of, to handle. Some people get so entangled in it that they do things to themselves. See, in my case, it's another thing. I'm alive because I know it's not going to do me any good to just kill myself because I came here for some reason, right? And if I don't finish that job that I came here for, then I'm just going to kick myself when I get out and go, what the fuck? I got to go back in again. Oh, shit. I didn't get that done. Dang. Why didn't I just tough it out and get the job done? And then I wouldn't have to go back again. I knew that was probably what was going to happen, right? So that kind of thinking actually probably kept me alive. It's like, I don't want to have to come back and be a kid again. That was horrible. You know, some people are so nostalgic about being a kid, being a child in childhood days. And I'm like, you liked it? Whoa. Well, you didn't have to pay for things, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. I had my own business in the fourth grade, so I could pay for some things that I wanted. Um, and you're powerless. And you have these big beings who fight. If you're one of those kids that have these big beings who fight all the time, who hold all the purse strings, make all the rules, and can beat you. If, 'cause back then, beating kids was just normal. Beat your ass, anytime they wanted to. Oh, yeah, that was so much fun. So, yeah, I didn't like childhood. It didn't do anything for me. Yeah. No, it's not okay to choke me in deep water either. No, no, I don't want to be, I'm not into choking. I'll choke you if you want, as long as you fill out like a little agreement that, some kind of waiver that I don't get in trouble if something happens to you. Yeah, it is hard not to be depressed sometimes. I mean, and when I was a kid, there was a lot to be depressed about. Still trying to heal from childhood. Yeah, I know. My whole personality is a trauma symptom. Oh, oh dear. Oh my goodness. Oh my geez. Yeah, don't choke me. I'll punch you out. That's right. Hey, Pie. How you doing? Pie is from Psyche's channel. Hey, sweetheart. Yeah, Psyche's got a great channel, Psyche Awakens. You got to go over and see his channel. He does readings. He has I'm on his panels sometimes. Um, real nice guy. Real nice guy. Great guy. Real positive. And there's some other very nice people there too. Thank you. And the funny thing is, it's real. It's not a fake background. It is actually a tapestry. Isn't that bizarre? I know everybody uses these. Look, everybody uses the fake backgrounds in kind of a green screen effect. But yeah, mine's real. So, oh yeah, I've got lots of these now. Every time I see them really cheap and a good one, like really, really cheap, I have to get it because I just love being able to change my room. It's like I just put up this great big freaking sheet with a picture on it, and the whole room is a different room. It's like everything. It's like it's great. And I walk in and I get to see it all the time then, and then I get tired of this and I'm going to change it to something else. I have one with mushrooms all over it that is going to be up, and I have another one that's going to have a dragon flying behind me. And, um, you know, it, I love them. I hang them in my front room too. Well, Timu, you can really get some cheap ones on Timu that are very nice. But if you use Timu, please, if you download Timu, please use my link because I get something or other from it. As a matter of fact, Timu has an influencer program I might go for. I'll see if but it might be on one of my other accounts. I'm going to try and get a hold and take back the Frugal Bitch one again, the Frugal B1 TCH channel, because that would really be more her thing. You make the best banana cream pie, woman. I want some. Timu has some cool stuff. Yeah, it does. It does have some. And but I'm the only one that can handle the games. What happened to Angel Wingies? Did I piss her off? I hope I didn't piss her off. I love Angel Wingies, but I understand she's trying to make a buck, and I am too. But I just a long time ago. I've been doing this for 6 years. I just figure it's either going to happen or it's not going to happen. And I got a reading. It basically was telling me, be authentic. You know, people are looking for authenticity. Whatever it is you is, be that. Somebody's looking for that. Come back, Wingy, come back. Don't get upset. I know she wants to be, she doesn't want to have to go back to work. Who does? I mean, you know, if I had to go back to work right now, I could, well, I couldn't. I don't see how I could do that. I mean, I don't see how I could be standing there trying to, or sitting there trying to do something, some kind of work, and then go, oh, I'm sorry, I have to take a nap now. I have to be in another dimension doing something right now. You know, I think they do that. Oh, come back, Dragon Girl. Yeah, I like people being different. It's okay. It's absolutely fine to be different. Maybe she's just tired. It's getting kind of late in some parts. It's 1:55 here, and we've been on for almost 3 hours, so I should cut it soon. But but my hours reset tomorrow. Let me see what kind of hours have I got left. Let me look. I'm gonna go in and look. How many hours do I have left? I think I came in under this month. Let me look and see what is your name? What is your quest? What is your speed, velocity, latency? That is the question. Okay, I have used 12 hours, 47 minutes, 20 hours. Oh, hell, I could stay on for a while. Resets January 23rd. Okay, so I got like 7 hours left. That'll be enough. Let's see, the 23rd is in 3 days. And so that'll do me for Wednesday. And I can do some spots in the daytime. I'm going to be doing some daytime spots. Uh, so I'm going to be fine. Yeah, I'll have enough. But I should cut it off at 3 so I have enough to do some day spots. Because I want to be able to put on the little movie, a mini movie I made, and the intro because that gives people time to arrive and find me. So, you know, I get tired of starting out and people finally show up, but what are you talking about? Well, I already said it. So that's one of the reasons for an intro is it gives you a little buffer time for people to find you and show up and all that. So that's part of the reason I would be doing that. Are you taking off? Who's taking off? Who's taking off? And what are they taking off? Scotty will know. Scotty will know. Scotty keeps track of anything that's coming off of anybody. Is it Hook? Are you going Hook? Okay, good night, sweetheart. And big hugs. Big hugs, sister. We love you just the way we love you just the way you are. Maybe Wednesday because we didn't really have a Moon Day Monday. Maybe Wednesday I'll do cards. I don't know. I got some cards here now, but maybe Wednesday. You're taking it all off. Oh, see, I told you Scotty was paying attention to every single every single thing like that. Pie, you got to watch out for Scotty. Okay, he's wild. He's wild. I got to spank him sometimes. Only problem is he likes it. I've never met Scotty in person, but I spank him verbally, don't I, Scotty? Is that enough for you? Do I satisfy you? Do I make you laugh anyway? Hmm. Well, I don't want to get banned from YouTube, so I'm keeping my clothes on. Y'all can do whatever you want. Oh, oh, David liked spankings. Yeah, he liked them. But I don't like them for me, but I'll give you a spanking. Mhm. Theoretically. Oh, I haven't had enough people to practice on though. Oh, look out, Pie. Look out. Oh my goodness. I have a whip. I have a flail. Uh, probably shouldn't tell you. I even braided a purple whip for myself because I couldn't get one, but I wanted it to match the rest of my suit. Like I said, Scotty would have worshipped me when I was younger. Absolutely worshipped me. Probably wouldn't be able to get rid of him. There were a lot of guys. The problem is, to me, it's just a fun thing. There are people who are lifers who make a lifestyle, and those are scary people. I don't understand how you'd have a life like that, but I hear that they're happy when they find their other, their other half of the freak, that whatever freak they're freaky about, they're they make very happy couples. The subdom relationship actually makes a very strong um, bonded pair relationship. So if you find your correct sub and dom combination, they'll stay together pretty much forever, much longer than a normal couple, I guess. Because and part of the speculation as to why is because everybody knows their role. There's no questions. The dom is right. You don't question that, and I mean, the sub does what the dom says. Um, and lets the dom drive. So they don't argue as much as as a normal couple would. And they're very happy with each other. It's like, oh, you big meanie, you make me do all these things I actually want to do. I don't dare do them because if I actually do them on my own volition, I'd feel guilty. But since you're forcing me to do it, I don't feel guilty. And it's a strange mindset. I don't know. I It's okay. But I do kind of understand. Yeah. And oh, really? If I really put my back into it? Yeah, if you lived in Ohio. Yeah. Well, there's another Whip It song. Yeah. Do, 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 whip it right. Do, 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 do. Drop it like it's hot. Whip it tonight. Come on. Do, 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 do. Let's whip it. That was a good one. The only thing about Whip It Good is I knew those guys, Depot. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it was them. When I saw them with the fake hair, I could not believe. I'm like, what? No, it can't be them. Yeah, it was. And then one of my friends grew up with Marilyn Manson. I met him, but he didn't let me know that I met him. But his cousin let me know that I met him. He's got a cousin here in Ohio that he visits sometimes. His cousin brought him down to see me. So Marilyn Manson has seen me perform. So what a trip. What a trip life is, right? Yeah, let's see. Kid Rock dropped me a 50. Told me to keep playing. Uh oh God. I have a lot of great stories. I've had a lot of great experiences in this life. I do have to say. I've had some, and most of them because of music. Most of them because of, yeah, music. Most of my best experiences were when I was playing music. Yeah. When I was singing. No wonder I love to sing, right? It's some of the best times of my life. Yeah. Not very well. They were friends of my friends. I had a friend named Richard and his sister Kim, and they were friends of mine. And Richard knew them, knew the mother's boss. And so I met him a few times, very few. We weren't allowed to play with them. They went to a different school. If I thought they went to my school and I just didn't know them that well. But no, it turns out they went to Akron. I didn't know them that well, but I I did meet him a couple of times, and I remembered meeting him because they were so damn weird, really weird, but looked nothing like they did later. Um, I mean, the mother spas were, yeah, looked a lot different by the time they did that video. I did not recognize them. I didn't know they were the same guys. But they were actually, and I only remembered like later on. I met him actually later on, one of them too. I'd run into once in a while. One of them. I can't remember which one of them though. But, you know, they were kind of, when I knew them, they were kind of fat and glasses and long hair and didn't look anything like they looked later on. And then after that period, they actually got fat and glasses and everything again. So they looked a lot more recognizable later on when they started getting old. So then, you know, you see them and go, oh, okay, that's what. So I was like, oh wow, and I met one of them at a convention. I can't remember which one, but anyway, um, and I said, yeah, I knew him not very well. We're friends of my friend Richard, you know, and so like he was just kind of he was staying quiet until I realized that it had to be him. But I realize now why we were not allowed to play with them. A lot of us kids were not allowed to be with them. You know, my parents said, hell no way. Uh, they were Satanists. And as soon as your parents find out that the kids you're playing with are Satanists, well, they're off the list. So Richard was kind of being sneaky by being friends with them too, because his parents were strict Catholic. So, you know, but they knew a lot of stuff. They knew a lot of shit, right? They knew some shit. So it was good to know them because they knew some shit, but it wasn't good to let your parents know you knew them. And so Richard kind of under the table knew him. And me, I kind of only knew him through Richard. So anyway, and one of them did soundtracks, and he's the one who did the Hawaiian Punch commercial where he had inaudibly very, very low so that you couldn't even really hear it, had sugar's bad for you. And then the next, like within a week or two, everybody was going around saying sugar is bad for you. And he kind of proved that, you know, whether or not you hear the message, you're hearing the message. So, what kind of messages are we getting in all these freaking commercials, right? But he kind of proved that, really. And I mean, the whole reason he did it is because he just did it on a whim, he said, you know. So, but yeah, it worked really well. You had everybody believing that sugar was bad for you all of a sudden after all of us grew up loving sugar. Anyway, where is Richard? I don't know. I haven't seen him in years and years. Oh, you mean our Richard? Speaking of Richard. Oh, Richard. He was on my show, but in the daytime. I'm going to be doing some daytime shows, by the way. I thought I'd warn you. Zoe, yeah. What about Zoe? Where's Zoe? But yeah, I guess we have a lot of talented people coming from this area. Um, we had some great bands from around here, local bands that never made it really, really big. They were good fucking bands. I mean, and I knew a lot of them. Um, and it was so funny because I was friends with like I'd be people would be like, "What?" I was friends with a punk band. I mean, this guy with this great big platinum mohawk and you know all the punk stuff, and they're doing punk music. And he he comes over, and he just kind of takes my hand. And he says, "Oh, look, Ocean's here." You know, and everybody's like, "What?" Yeah, yeah, we know each other. He was great. He was a nice guy. But you know, it's like everything else. This is entertainment we're doing here. And I'm Janis Joplin, but I'm only Janis Joplin when I'm performing. I am not going to be Janis Joplin outside of that. I am ocean. And you know what? That's another thing, too. Um, my friend Doran would always say, "You're not ocean yet." When I go out to, like, I'd play, he'd say, "No, you're not quite ocean yet. You got to be ocean." And it's like, we got to get another drink in you. And then you'll be ocean. Okay. I'm like, okay. And yeah, sure enough, ocean show right up. It was like, what is it? It's I lose the inhibition that keeps me from being that ocean, you know? So I'd get a little drunk and whoa. I mean, I could call her up at other times, but it was so much easier to just have a couple of drinks and then all of a sudden there she was. It was so easy. My Probably my real personality, not the one that you put on so that you don't offend people. So, and people loved her. She was very authentic. That version of Ocean, so authentic. And some people hated her, me. But I think she's the real me, you know. I think really she is. I think a lot of walls come down when when you get inebriated and you find out what's really in there. And some people go from, I had one friend that would go from being Mr. Nice Guy to being an absolute jerk. And I mean, there were so many people like that. They were fine when they were sober, but the minute that the alcohol would touch their tongue, they would immediately turn into a jerk. And you didn't want to be around them. And I mean, they would even, some of them would get violent and stuff. And it's like, you guys, I can't be around you when you're drinking. But me, I just get happier. I just get kind of, well, you know what? That seems to be usually what happens with mushrooms or with booze. But with pot, it's different. With weed, it's entirely different. Sativa, I'm pretty happy. Uh, Indica, no, no. Indica, I can get very paranoid. Yeah, the world gets small and dark, and I get kind of. That happened too often when I would be. It's like no, I don't like this. It's great for the pain though. I really needed it for the pain, but because I've had fibro for like years and years and years. So, but yeah, it wasn't good for the depression, not at all. The sativa was good for the depression, and the mushrooms are good for the depression. I bet DMT would probably be. They're working on a DMT that is longer. There's a type of DMT they're working on now. It's going to be longer lasting and not as sudden and severe. It's going to be more enjoyable trip and a longer trip than regular DMT, which they say kind of throws the kitchen sink at you all of a sudden, wham. You know, uh, this is going to be a little different, and you'll be able to take a little bit more if you want to last a little bit longer. And, so that's going to be interesting. So they're working on that and it's going to be a treatment. So, oh, ooh, ooh, that's so poetic, Pie. Marilyn is a Satanist. Well, not really. And you know what? That's funny because openly he says he's a Satanist. No, he isn't. I know his cousin. He's a Christian. He grew up Christian. He's still Christian. He's got everybody fooled thinking he's a Satanist. Imagine that. No, he's just a regular, but I mean, not a real spiritual person, but a nice guy and not a Satanist, really. Odd. Very odd. Oh, he goes to church. Isn't that weird? But you wouldn't know because he doesn't look anything like he does as Marilyn, which was very smart. I mean, when you have a persona like that where you can just take off the makeup and disappear, it's great. Yeah, because David used to get upset about that. Everybody conflates you with your character. I mean, people would mistake me for the other ocean sometimes. You know, she's another side of me. She's not always, you know, there's a very serious side of me too, more serious side. But then there's Ocean the performer. And I guess most of us are like that. We've got this performer side. David had this side that was a performer. He liked doing characters. And he said, I gave him he says he would be forever grateful to me because I gave him the idea to do multiple characters so that nobody gets fixated that he is the character, so that they see him being different things. He's not always the same person. So he's doing these characters and he's a little different. So he doesn't always have to, people don't confuse his character with him because he almost crashed his career like that when he came out with a Thin White Duke, because that was about, in a, swastika guys. And people thought he was his character, and that almost ended his career right there. Yeah. If he hadn't pulled himself up out of that, he would have been history a long time ago. It wouldn't be So I had a mohawk too. Hmm. Yeah, they really are pie. That's true. Ocean crashing wet waves on these hard rocks. I'm like, hmm. You know who? And it's funny because I wondered about this until I met some people who actually, I guess, knew Jane's Addiction, but they do a song called Ocean Size. Because I'm not a small person. I'm tall and I'm also not tiny by any means. And um, they have a song called Ocean Size. And um, hang on. Ow. Okay. Yikes. Ocean Size. And I always wondered, are they somehow, they, could that be related? And you know what? Somebody came up and said, and they said, you like Jane's Addiction? I said, sure, I love Jane's Addiction. They said, guess what? They love you too. I said, really? And they said, oh, yeah, they love you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the song. And they said, yeah. I'm like, oh, seriously? So that's my song, yeah. Ocean Size. You can hear Jane's Addiction singing it, at least according to these people who say they knew. So, wish I was oceanside. No one could, because I'd have to be very strong. If I was out there alone, if I was singing on a street corner alone, I had to be very tough. I had to be, you know, it's like somebody would threaten me. Fortunately, I knew self defense. I was a spotter for a self defense course. So, I could but people didn't know because it was sitting down. And when I'd stand up, it'd be like, she's not tiny. She looks like she could hurt me. Yeah, and I could. But yeah, I was not one of those tiny girls, and it's like, well, I could see because Jane's Addiction are these very thin, kind of almost frail looking guys, and and I can kind of see because you piss me off, and I stand up, and they're like, she looks like she's got muscles. Oh, maybe I should be good. Uh, mm. As even at that, sometimes people were assholes and just crazy. I mean, you know what? It's like in a college town where people are drinking and getting high on a weekend. Uh, they get fucking nuts sometimes, really completely out of their minds. And then they go out and do the bar crawl and they're fucking nuts. You got to be prepared for any kind of behavior, anything at all. Mm. Who was crying in court? I got to scroll back now. Who was crying in court? Mary? I missed that. It skipped over it. I can't see it. Let me know. I need to know the tea. Um, but no, and then a lot of people were convinced I did a lot of drugs, and I really didn't. A lot of my problems were because I had fibro, and I had fibro fog sometimes so bad. But I somehow could always remember song lyrics. I could not remember people's names. I could not, I could remember what they looked like. I could not remember their names. I had such a problem, but I could always remember the song lyrics. And so I'm sure to people it was like really weird, but that's a weird side effect of having the brain fog was that I could come up with song lyrics on a dime, but I couldn't remember what your fucking name was. And I've met you like 50 times. I had such a rough, I mean, it was rough, though. There were some good times, but I was in a lot of pain and I was not well. I was really not well. And nobody was there to really help me with the not well part except the people that back at that time I had a lot of fans. It's a good time I had a lot. It was a good thing I had a lot of fans because when shit happened to me, at least my fans took care of me. And I lost touch with most of them because when I became homeless, I just fell out of touch with most people. I didn't have a phone for a while. Pretty horrible. If if my fans hadn't taken care of me, I don't know where I'd been. I don't know if I'd be around. My family sure didn't care. No, they fucking kick you when you're down. So, yeah. But no, I have no family, and actually, it's not, there's only a few of them that I'm kind of miss. Not very many of them, though. Hmm. Oh, I'm okay. I have friends. And I'm making another family here. And, but I also realize people come and they go out of your life. And we've got to be aware of that. And online, you really learn that because people may disappear and you may never hear from them again. And you may never know but what became of them. And you just got to deal with that. Mm. Well, you know, I'm just about I'm just about out of here, guys. I'm getting tired. It's been over 3 hours. I've pretty much had it. The cat wants his belly rubbed. I need to drink some water. I'm pretty dry. I've been talking for 3 hours. I've been chatting for 3 hours, been emoting at you, sharing my wisdom and my humor, making faces at you and trying to make you laugh because humor is part of the way that I work. I love you guys. Good night, sweetheart. On the way out, be sure to hit the like. Give me some thumbs, baby. Mhm. When it comes back up, please comment. Love you all. I'm going to be coming up with some classes, and then we're going to really have some fun. We're really going to take this year and make it our own. Hold my beer. Hold my beer. I'll see you next time. Yep, me too. I'm just ready to go to sleep. Um, okay. Truth's where you find it. Hope you're finding some on my show. Don't forget you're divine. And when you dream, I hope you dream big and you dream well. Have a great one. I'll see you Wednesday, hopefully. And maybe tomorrow if I, yeah, if I come on tomorrow, it'll be in the daytime. Love y'all.